Okay, let me start with a question that's going to feel a little uncomfortable. When was the last time you actually looked at your bank statement? Like, really looked at it? Not just the big stuff, not rent, not groceries. I mean the weird little charges, the $7.99, the $12.43, the $4.99 you don't even recognize anymore. Because if you're anything like most people, you probably have at least one subscription you forgot existed that you're still paying for every single month. And the scary part? You don't feel broke because of it. You just feel tight. Like your money never stretches as far as it should. Okay, yeah, that's not an accident. My name is Nick, and I spend way too much time thinking about how money quietly leaves people's lives without them noticing. And if you're someone who makes decent money but somehow never feels ahead, if you're constantly wondering where your paycheck went, hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, because this one is going to mess with how you see your money. Here's the thing. There's a massive economy built entirely on the fact that humans are bad at noticing small recurring losses, and it's draining your money right now. Not dramatically, not in a way that triggers panic, but slowly, invisibly, reliably. Now look, most people think the biggest threat to their finances is overspending, big purchases, lifestyle inflation, buying things they can't afford. That's not actually the problem. The real problem is that your money is being sliced into tiny pieces and you're psychologically wired not to feel it happening. This is the invisible subscription economy, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's talk about how this actually works. Think about how subscriptions used to be. You consciously signed up, you mailed a check, you renewed annually. It required effort. Today, one click, free trial, cancel anytime, card saved. Which sounds consumer-friendly until you realize something critical. When friction disappears, spending explodes. Here's what most people don't realize. Companies don't care if you love their product. They care if you forget about it. According to a 2023 study by C+R Research, the average American believes they spend about $86 a month on subscriptions. The real number? $219. That's not a typo. People underestimate their subscription spending by more than 150%. Now, pause on that. That means people are wrong about their own money, not by a little, by a lot. And this is where it gets interesting. That $219 a month doesn't feel like $219. It feels like $9.99 here, $14.99 there, $6.99 for something you might use again. Your brain doesn't add them up. And companies know this. There's a psychological concept called pain of paying. It's the emotional discomfort you feel when money leaves your hands. Cash has high pain. Swiping a card has lower pain. Automatic billing? Almost zero. Subscriptions are designed to bypass the pain center of your brain entirely. No decision, no reminder, no moment of resistance. Money just disappears. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Nick, but subscriptions aren't that expensive. It's just Netflix, Spotify, maybe a few apps. All right, let's do the math. Slowly. Netflix, $15.49. Spotify, $10.99. Amazon Prime, $14.99. iCloud storage, $2.99. That fitness app you used for 2 weeks, $19.99. That productivity tool you swore would change your life, $12. One news subscription, $9. One random app you forgot about, $6.99. That's already over $90, and that's a conservative list. Most people are closer to 10 to 15 active subscriptions. At $15 each, that's $150 to $225 a month. Annually, that's $1,800 to $2,700. And here's the part nobody talks about. It's not just the money. It's what that money could have been. If $200 a month were invested at a modest 7% annual return over 30 years, that's over $240,000 for subscriptions you barely remember using. Now look, I'm not saying never subscribe to anything. That's not realistic. What I am saying is this system was engineered to exploit how your brain works. And once you understand the psychology, you'll see how deep this goes. Let me give you a real example. There's a reason free trials require a credit card. It's not for verification, it's for forgetfulness. According to data from Zuora, over 60% of people who start a free trial and forget to cancel will continue paying for at least 3 months before noticing. 3 months. And even then, many don't cancel. Why? Because once something becomes familiar, your brain treats it as normal. That $12.99 isn't a decision anymore, it's background noise. This is called status quo bias. We prefer leaving things as they are rather than changing them, even if change benefits us. Canceling requires action. Keeping costs you money silently. Guess which one most people choose? Now, here's where it gets even darker. Some companies intentionally make subscriptions hard to cancel. You can sign up in 10 seconds, but canceling requires logging in, finding the hidden settings page, confirming twice, answering "Are you sure?" and sometimes calling a phone number. That's not bad design. That's behavioral engineering. The FTC has literally sued companies over this practice, calling them dark patterns. But it still works, because every extra step reduces cancellation rates. Even a single extra click can increase retention by double digits, and retention equals revenue. Let's zoom out. This isn't just about Netflix or apps. The subscription model has spread everywhere. Cars, software, food, clothes, razor blades, pet toys, toothbrushes. We're renting our own lives. And psychologically, renting feels cheaper than owning, even when it's not. Here's a perfect example. Adobe Photoshop used to cost hundreds of dollars up front. Now it's $20.99 a month. Sounds cheaper, right? Until you realize that after 4 years, you've paid over $1,000 and you own nothing. But because it's monthly, your brain compares it to a cup of coffee, not a large expense. That's the trick. Subscriptions reframe cost in a way that bypasses rational comparison. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Nick, but I need these tools. This is just how the world works now. Fair objection. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most subscriptions don't fail because people don't want them. They succeed because people stop paying attention. According to McKinsey, subscription-based companies lose up to 40% of customers each year unless they actively design friction into cancellation. So what do instead? They flood you with value early, then fade into the background, because invisibility is profitability. And meanwhile, you're wondering why saving feels impossible. Let me tell you a story. I once went through my own bank statement, line by line, and found a $9.99 charge I didn't recognize. Turns out it was a domain name I bought years ago for a project I never launched. I had been paying for it for 5 years. That's almost $600 for literally nothing. And I'm someone who thinks about money for a living, so if this can happen to me, it's definitely happening to you. Now look, this isn't about guilt. This is about awareness. Because once you see the invisible drain, you can plug it. But you have to change how you think about subscriptions. Here's what most people do wrong. They ask, do I use this? That's the wrong question. The right question is, if I didn't already have this, would I sign up again today at this price? That shift alone will cancel half your subscriptions, because familiarity is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Here's another mental trick. Annualize everything. That $14.99 doesn't feel scary. $180 a year does. Your brain is terrible with monthly abstraction and very good with lump sums. Use that. And here's the most important rule. Subscriptions should replace something, not add something. If Spotify replaces buying music, fine. If Netflix replaces cable, fine. But if subscriptions stack instead of substitute, you're bleeding money. Now, let's talk about action. Because awareness without action doesn't change anything. Here's what I want you to do. And yes, it's boring, but it works. Go to your bank statement. Go back 3 months, write down every recurring charge, everything. Then categorize them into 3 buckets. Absolutely worth it, occasionally useful. Why do I still have this? Cancel the 3rd bucket immediately. No, I'll think about it. The 2nd bucket? Pause them for 30 days. If you don't miss them, they're gone. And the 1st bucket? Renegotiate, downgrade plans, share subscriptions, switch to annual if it's cheaper and you're committed. Companies count on you not doing this. Be the exception. Now here's the motivational part, because this matters. Every dollar you reclaim isn't just money saved, it's control regained. It's margin, it's breathing room. And margin is what creates freedom. Not income, not hustle, margin. The invisible subscription economy thrives on autopilot living. The moment you take the wheel, it starts losing. So if this video made you uncomfortable, good. That uncomfortableness is awareness, and awareness is the first step to actually getting ahead. Because money doesn't disappear randomly, it leaks where you stop paying attention. And now, you're paying attention.